Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. We got some things to go through, but before I also publish on Rumble and I'm in this social media stuff here. Yeah, we got further confirmation from leaks from a Russian storefront or whatever it is that the 4060 Ti again has 8 gigabytes of memory, VRAM memory and 128-bit bus memory, which is horrible. It's basically almost half, no, it's half of the 4060 Ti. It's going to be a shit show. I think it's going to be 1080p, medium high settings maximum, and I think we might see some games struggling with this GPU, but yeah, we'll wait and see for reviews. Supposedly it's going to launch by the end of this month. We will see. Again, now more RX 7600 SKUs are registered in the EEC. Supposedly Gigabyte, this is from Gigabyte, I think, yeah. Only has like 2 SKU registered for the 7600 and like 8 for 4060 Ti's. It doesn't mean that they all launch with all of these SKUs, for at least for the NVIDIA. We might see these two coming for the AMD one, but usually they register them just so they have the name, branding and everything on the boxes, just in case they need it. I will, if they launch all of these SKUs, a lot of them are going to be on warehouses rotting away. Yeah, I think the 7600 is going to be a better deal from all the information and rumors that we've been seeing. Lower price, kind of the same performance basically. Yeah, I think it has more memory bandwidth, this one, than the 4060 Ti. We will need to see. I think some rumors that the 7600 also is going to launch basically at the same time that the 4060 Ti. We'll need to see, but still, this is the cheapest one, the 7600. If it is below $300, I think it's a decent deal. It will be an excellent deal into $250 if it matches the rumored specs that is like comparable to the, I think, 6700 GPU from previous generation. If it goes around in that kind of thing, I think it's going to be a decent deal if the prices are maintained low. The 4060 is still, again, mention again, is the 4060 non-Ti is going to be in at least that one we know it's going to be basically on the same board as the 4060, so the same PCB. So they are, I don't know what they are doing, and the memory chips are non-X versions of them, so GDDR6 non-X. We'll need to see the independent reviews. Don't trust marketing from these companies. Wait for independent reviews and make your own decision afterwards. Now in gaming news, we got, I mentioned this a few days ago, that the DLSS 3 mod for Elden Ring was basically ready and now it's launched. Supposedly it performs, gives a boost in performance, of course. If I assume that the DLSS 3 on, I assume that there's like frame generation because of the gains here on the frames. Yeah, of course this is what expected, especially from a mod. It's always good to see that people are modding games and keep the games alive, at least the ones that are worth keep alive. Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait for to play Elden Ring when I have my new PC and see how it goes. More gaming news rumors. Supposedly Assassin's Creed Mirage is going to launch in August. There is like a leak here. It's not confirmed officially. Supposedly here we have like a screenshot from GameStop, the store clerk, that leaked this image. Supposedly launches in August. We got here the Skull and Bones here. It's going to be interesting to see when this game will finally come out. But yeah, supposedly this is when it's been like a few delays now from also from this game. Ubisoft is not in good territory here because all all the games that have been launching and the delays, and also internal stuff there, it's not going good. They really need a big hit, especially in this series, and also they need a really good game in all of their franchises. They are bogged down, same thing over and over. It's like almost like a FIFA game or a basketball game, like a sports game. It seems always the same thing with some refresh on the images and everything, but the rest, the gameplays and story-wise, is basically the same beats, all the same thing. The gameplay moments are always the same. They really need to refresh, a more focused thing here, like the first one, very focused on story, with some good mechanics and some good parkour, going to the roots. That's what they need to start doing, and stop doing the annual releases, because it's going to put a lot of stress on development of the game, and it's just going to be again the copy-paste thing. Game and these... I will start rambling regarding this thing regarding Ubisoft. There is also some news. Titanfall series director is supposedly developing an original new IP. There were some conversations that, of course, he would like to do the third one, the Titanfall 3, but there is nothing coming around regarding that series. But yeah, supposedly they are working on a new IP. I think they are in charge of some Star Wars projects, like first-person shooter inspired in Jedi Knight series. I don't know what it is. And another game, I don't know if it is like multiplayer with some microtransaction. I'm not sure. But of course, when I have more news regarding this, I will let you know. And lastly, from hardware, we got GTX 1650, once again top spot, and the 3060, it's very close. And basically the third spot now, 1060, still a huge, a very old GPU. This is the last GPU that I had. I had the 6GB one. I bought it basically a few months after it came out, so it's been a while. I don't have like a PC now for at least 5 years, I think, if not mistaken. So it's it's a very old GPU, and this is the mainstream thing. It's this series, the 60 series, around this value, cheaper GPUs. This is what people are buying, because they don't have a lot of extra or expendable income for gaming. Because gaming, for the majority of people, it's an hobby. So that's why you need cheaper GPUs now for this generation, because even the 30 series are still not below MSRP after 2.5 years. Only the 3070 now dropped a little bit. It's been a mess. We are seeing, for example, here the share now, it's like 70-30, give or take, for processors, for CPUs, which is not bad. We need to start to see more AMD. Then you can see here the mind share of NVIDIA on this kind of service here, because there is a lot of cheaper GPUs of the current prices here and perform way better. But yeah, we got here the Intel, but this is like the integrated graphics, so it doesn't count basically. And this also is integrated graphics, which is my case with the laptop that I have. But yeah, we need to start to see more pressure from AMD to put more cheaper GPUs for people and start putting the mindshare a little bit, and more competition, so you can start to see some good stuff here on the hardware front from us, for us gamers. We got Weird West Definitive Edition, supposedly now comes to PS5 and Xbox Series, coming in a few days, like in 4 days or so. I never played this game. It's got the Weird West. I remember seeing this game. This game is almost a year now. Yeah, launched in 2022. I think it's got pretty decent reviews. This is Devolver Digital. They usually launch at minimum okay games, so I think it's worth checking out. I'm not sure. I didn't find any deal here. But if I find a deal, I will put a link on the description below on the gaming deals field that I usually put there. And lastly, this is a little bit out of order because I like to put first the hardware stuff, then gaming, and then deals. But yeah, I've got... there's been a lot of conversation regarding the supposedly 7950 XTX GPUs, which is like the full die, that it's not the 7900 XTX, but people are calling this maybe a refresh for a few months down the road. There is supposedly usually it's like the Gigabyte story that I mentioned like previously. Usually they put it out just in case they need this branding name for the supposedly this GPU. I don't know if it does. We heard rumblings before the launch of the RDNA 3 that they could have done or go about it to put a 4090 competitor with I think they had the like the hardware and the software to support like a competitor to the 4090, but it will become very expensive, like almost $2,000 for a competitor for a 4090 from what I understood at the time. But yeah, we will need to see more information. This is rumors. The one thing is sure, I think they registered all of these SKUs for the GPUs. We will need to see how it goes. Don't count it's going to have like a new GPU now when the Computex arrives. They still need to launch first the middle range. The middle range is going to be the bread and butter for this generation. It's the middle to low end, because people don't have $1,000 to spend on GPUs, or even like $700 or even $500. People just want, they are content, and it's not. They are content playing 1080p, decent graphic settings, good frame rates, and that's what people basically want. And they need to stop catering to $1,000 GPUs, because they are not going to sell what they think is going to sell. But yeah, let's finish up with today is May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you. We got some Steam deals. I hide a lot of these games because on Steam they are not on my wish list, but I will leave a link on the description just in case you're curious to get some of these games. It's like a lot of them are really cheap. I think this one, Squadrons, is not that bad, but this is like a VR one. I'm not sure. There are a few decent ones, especially the Jedi, Star Wars Jedi Knight, not Jedi Knight, Jedi Survivor, which the one that's launched, and the previous one. Those supposedly are pretty good, while the Survivor I think it's better, but it's not on the best conditions to be played without stuttering issues. But yeah, I have a lot of things to do still today, so I'm going to wrap up here with my Go Get Fund Me campaign for me to upgrade my PC to get better, more content for my private clients, and of course in my free spare time do the things that I've been doing and resuming my gameplay series, and also doing some live streams. And with all that said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.